Welcome back to 23-Minute Reads with me, Maya D. This is kind of like my virtual book club because in these 5 minute or so videos, I share with you my takeaways from my current reading. Right now, that is Dancing in Blackness. As a part of my 23 to 23 challenge, I'm reading 23 minutes per day, every day as an action of self-love, as an investment into myself, and as a way of providing myself with some consistency in an ever-changing world. Hoping that you will join me along in this journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and dropping some comments down there in the comment section so there's an actual dialogue going on. Having in mind that while I have several decades of experience as an educator, a dancer, and a curriculum writer, I am not the know-all be-all for this book. I'm simply providing a space for dialogue. Well, this week I read pages 57 through 98, and let me get my notes so I can give you my 3 takeaways. Feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe while I get these notes in order. Takeaway number 1 is media. I've been guilty of being annoyed by having to use or the feeling like I need to use social media in order to be successful. I feel like, why do I have to use this new thing in order to discuss a older concept? But to be honest, social media can have a positive impact on the work that we do. So it was surprising and a reminder to read this. Beginning quote. I knew that media attention would help me start my own classes in Copenhagen, end quote. As a description of Osumare's 1969 trip in Copenhagen. As an artist, we tell stories, and having a targeted media plan helps to direct the way that our storytelling is told. So that's kind of like a reminder for me to do the thing. Okay, so takeaway number 2. I'm going to say this term, but please drop it in the comments. I feel like I could use some support in pronouncing this. So if you could do that, if you could help me out in the comments below, it would be great. Balettakadamein is takeaway number 2. The Stockholm Academy was started in the 1950s by Austrian Jew Leah Schubert. This egalitarian ran space offered equal focus on the dance techniques offered and offered classes to students of all ages at every level, from beginner to professional. This space was Schubert's response to the oppression and the marginalization that she experienced. The academy became not only a space for Osumare to study Graham and Dunham techniques, but also her first professional paid position at an established dance school. And an experience that provides her with a brief but endearing letter of recommendation when she returns to the United States and is looking to continue her work as a professional dancer. Which kind of leads me into takeaway number 3. Takeaway number 3 is Dunham Variations. As both an educator and an artist, I continually ask and question my impact and the legacy that I'm leaving behind. Here's a quote from that same section, Jazz Ballet and Dunham Technique in Sweden. It was no coincidence that the majority of black dancers introducing jazz ballet to Scandinavia were former Dunham dancers. Therefore, the form of modern dance spread in Sweden was actually variations on the Dunham technique, end quote. After Dunham's company tours parts of Europe, some of the members stayed or returned to Europe to teach, which means that the black jazz dance that was being studied during that time was a part of Dunham's legacy and an extension of Dunham's work. This makes sense when we remember that a part of Dunham's philosophy, to my understanding, is to increase the value that was placed on vernacular dances, and may have been just as intentional as the Scandinavian use of the term jazz ballet as a conglomeration of dance styles by expatriate black dance artists. I don't know. You tell me your thoughts. Was it intentional? Was it not intentional? Do you think it was just coincidence? Drop that in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. If you found this video informative, insightful, interesting, or you just liked it, then go ahead and like it. Remember to share, to comment, and subscribe. Stay blessed, spread a good word, and I'll see you next week. Okay, so I'm coming back because I kind of fumbled that quote from takeaway number 3, and I wanted to read it directly from the book. The quote reads: "It was no coincidence that the majority of black dancers introducing jazz ballet to Scandinavia were former Dunham dancers. Therefore, the form of modern jazz dance spread in Sweden was actually variations on Dunham technique." So, in the earlier reading of the quote, I said modern dance, and the quote should actually read modern jazz dance. Can't wait to see you soon.